Hello, subscribers. This is yours truly, JBlue68, and this is another JBlue video. I'm going to be doing a recap of D23EXPO. That's the Disney Expo that took place a couple of weeks back in August. I actually did a video on D23, but I didn't like the video. I deleted it because there was inaccurate information in there as it pertains to this character here, Spider-Man. So I deleted that video as the information that I was given was inaccurate, and I do not like to give inaccurate information or misinformation when it comes to sci-fi and comic book world stuff. I like to be as accurate and on the spot as possible. So let's get into this particular video, which is also going to include a brief comic book haul. Now, if you can recall, a couple weeks back, I did a video highlighting and spotlighting Marvel female superheroes, and I specifically mentioned the character that you see in front of you. I predicted that these characters would have their own TV shows, and I did a video or I spotlighted at least 20 different Marvel female superheroes. And out of those superheroes, this was one of them, She-Hulk. Also, her real name is, Jennifer Walters. Jennifer Walters. She's an actual attorney, similar to Matt, just like Matt Murdock. And I said in that previous video, which I deleted, that I wish that this character would have appeared in Jessica Jones. I thought it would have been perfect because of the fact that the character Jerry Hogarth was an attorney in that particular show, and it would have been really cool. Jerry Hogarth was played by Carrie-Anne Moss, who also played as Trinity from the the Matrix trilogy, and they're doing a new Matrix trilogy. I'm sure you all have heard of, by the way. But Carrie-Anne Moss, the actress, played the character Jerry Hogarth, an attorney in that show. I just thought it would have been really cool to bring in young, fresh talent into her law firm, and that would have been Jennifer Walters. Hey, who knows? They could probably cross that character over, but I doubt if they will, because that character is barred from usage through Netflix, so it's very unlikely that would have been done, or even to have her introduced into the law firm of Matt Murdock. That would have been cool too, to tie in everything together. But that won't happen. In any case, what will happen, though, for surely, is that She-Hulk is getting her own television show. I predicted it. I was correct. I like to be right. That's what I said about bringing accurate information. So I was right about that, and can't wait to see that show, She-Hulk, and it will be streaming on the Disney Plus network sometime either next year or the year after. But I'm presenting, whenever I talk about comic book movies or TV shows, I always, as I say, like to show the comic books. And this is from the Bronze Age, 1979, the Savage She-Hulk. And of course, they couldn't call her the Savage She-Hulk now because there are many political ramifications of using a term when it comes to femininity. And a lot of feminists probably would protest the term savage when it comes to saying, representing a female superhero. But this was very relevant during the time that it came out, which was in the 70s. She-Hulk has had several different runs, but unfortunately, all of her comic books end up being canceled. They don't get enough support and solicitation, unfortunately. But she has been part of the Avengers. She's been part of the Defenders. She's been all over the place when it comes to Marvel comic book lore. Hopefully one day she'll have a comic book series that will last. But this is from the 70s. Here's another book with the Savage She-Hulk on it. And I love those covers. This is from 1980. So years ago, again, this is from the Bronze Age of comic books. So Marvel Comics Group, She-Hulk, or again, the Savage She-Hulk. I just can't wait to they do the show. And the actress who will play as She-Hulk, there's an actress, I cannot remember her name, but she was interviewed not long ago on one of the Marvel podcasts by Ryan Penagos. I think interviewed her. It was either Ryan Penagos or what is her name that's usually with him in the videos. Lorraine Sink. Lorraine Sink or Ryan Penagos, one of them interviewed. And I cannot remember the actress's name, but I think she's Hispanic and very nice looking young lady. And she indicated that she would love to be. I think she indicated she wanted to be the She-Hulk or play the character of She-Hulk. And I'm sorry that her name escapes me right now, but she's from the TV show The New Orange is Black. And I think it's season 6 or season 5, she was pregnant or something like that. And in this recent season, she has been sent to what is it? She's in prison, but she's been sent to another prison because she was accused of killing a guard or something like that. If you guys can remember what her name is, you know who I'm talking about, who I'm referencing, please put it in the comments below. But I'm hoping that maybe she will be considered for the role of She-Hulk. It'll be interesting to see who they're going to cast for this role. Whoever she is, she has to be a tall, robust, very physical woman, capable of actually taking on a man. And I mean in real life, because, to make it more realistic looking, I think. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Savage She-Hulk. And here she is again in her own comic book series. This is again from the year 1980. Savage She-Hulk. Looks like she's getting the crap knocked out of her by somebody. There's a huge purple fist busting out of a window. It might be Thanos. I don't know. I doubt it. But yeah, so classic covers here from this She-Hulk series. Glad to hear her getting her own television show finally. Finally. Next up, we have the Magnificent Miss Marvel, another female superhero who I predicted would get her own show. And you can check out that video. I did the video about a month ago, I believe. It's a 30-minute video. It's quite long. Like I said, I featured at least 20 or more, or close to 20 different female superheroes in that particular video. And these are two of the ones that I indicated will get their own show. Well, as it turns out, Miss Marvel will be getting her own show on the Disney streaming network. She's Pakistani and also studies the Muslim religion. So it'll be interesting to see what young lady or actress they will get to play this particular role. I'm very excited about that. As I've said before, I love female superheroes. I do, and it'll be interesting to see what they do with this character, man. I'm excited about it. All right, so moving on, and there's another comic I meant to feature in this video, Devil Dinosaur, and was it Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur? Moon Girl's an African American female, and I think she's an Inhuman, and is considered to be one of the smartest people on the planet, along with Reed Richards and Dr. Bruce Banner. But I couldn't find the comic book. But in any case, I do know at the D23EXPO, they indicated that Lawrence Fishburne's company will be producing an animated show based off of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. D23, again, it takes place in August. It's part of the Disney Expo, or it is a Disney Expo that takes place August of once every year in August in Anaheim, California. I think it is Anaheim. Yep. All right. So moving on. Now this character has not been announced in terms of getting her own TV show. I still want to put her in this haul, and that is a very cool cover. This is the second issue or second print of Spider-Woman. This is not a reprint. This is an actual second issue. The second issue starring Spider-Woman. And it looks like one of these characters has Excalibur. And this is interesting because the Excalibur sword was also used in the X-Men. I think it was, which X-Men group was it? I can't recall. But Excalibur will be seen again in the future X-Men series. spawning from Jonathan Hickman's recent books, which are House of X, Powers of 10. And there will be at least 5 new X-Men groups that will be forming from that particular comic book series or comic book run. And I know one of the characters will be branding the Excalibur sword. So that's very interesting. So, but yeah, this is the second printing of the Spider-Woman series and her own series. But I'm hoping that she will get her own show eventually. But we'll get more into that towards the end of the video as to why she probably will not. Next up, we have Moon Knight. And I also did a video based off Moon Knight and said that he will be getting his own TV show. Another prediction of mine. Here's the Moon Knight saga. My only concern about Moon Knight is a very dark hero. He's a little bit darker than Batman, kind of like on the lines of the Netflix Daredevil and the Punisher. And they haven't announced who the actor is who will be playing that role. My concern is that Disney continues to do rated PG and rated PG-13 shows. And as far as I'm concerned, Moon Knight is kind of a rated R superhero because of the violence that he partakes in. He's a no-holds-barred type of hero. Mark Spector is his real name. And there's also magical powers that are involved in the creation of this particular hero. So it'll be interesting to see how they do this, trying to keep it rated PG-13. He's not really a hero for children. That's a very cool cover there. And here's another very nice cover of Moon Knight. I really love that. Very, very nice. Hurwitz was a writer. Someone by the last name of Pena is the artist. This is Vengeance of the Moon Knight. Beautiful cover there. Beautiful cover. And another cover of the character Moon Knight, again, who will be getting his own TV series. This is a re-release of Moon Knight, and this is issue number 1. Warren Ellis was the writer of this particular series. This is from the Marvel Now series, which came out about 5 years ago. Very nice cover there. Moon Knight. So I just wanted to do a brief video highlighting all the news that came from the D23EXPO back in August in Anaheim, considering the video I did previously that I had to delete. Sorry about that. And then now we'll get into the Spider-Man news, and I'm not going to talk about this very long. I'm not going to do any ranting, but again, the information that I had at my previous D23EXPO was inaccurate. But all I can say with Spider-Man is that, to my understanding, both Marvel, Disney, and Sony are still at the bargaining table. There is really no official news yet about anything, except we do know that, as previously reported, that right now Spider-Man is out of the MCU, and that is official. And that's all that there is. That's the official news as it stands and as it is right now. But they are still bargaining and trying to work things out. Whatever, that will be. Who knows? But hopefully something will be worked out where everyone will come out happy. The best video that I seen that delivered news about this whole debacle was a guy I subscribe to, and his name, of course, is Andre the Black Nerd. I watch a lot of his videos, and what he described the situation, I think, is the most accurate. Watch his channel and get his review of this whole debacle. I think that what he said is very relevant to the situation and circumstances. But the next big thing that will be happening with Spider-Man in comics, and I showed this video before, will be in, I think, September or October this month. J.J. Abrams and his son Henry Abrams will be doing a new run on the Spider-Man series, and this is from the previous Marvel previews, which highlights this particular book. It's Spider-Man and Mary Jane on the cover. They will be introducing a new villain. It'll be drawn by Sarah Pichelli, and cover art by Olivier Coppel, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. If I chop that up, please forgive me. So that's all I got. That's it. That's all. Going back to the first book that I highlighted, which is She-Hulk, which is definite good news, which is positive news, and that is the coming of the She-Hulk. This has nothing to do with femininity or anything like that. These characters have been in existence for a very long time. I've always wanted to see She-Hulk have her own television show or appear or a cameo in a Marvel TV show. And that's going to happen. I'm excited, very excited about that. So again, that's it. That's all, y'all. Peace, love, and hair grease.